Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Mickey Mouse here, and I'm back from the Maxi Toys, and welcome back to more Let's Play of New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS. So last time we actually did finish World 6, and today for this episode we're about to be exploring World 7, which appears to be when out on the skies, or mainly the heaven, or mainly just at the sky world from Kid Icarus. But I'm just kidding, because there's no columns around here, so yeah. And as far as you guys probably can tell already that I'm using Mario for this world, because why the heck not? So, let's get started here. Here we go with level 7-1. So, let's get started. So, a few things I just want to briefly mention about something is that, originally that, you know, in the previous episode of, Super Mario Galaxy 2, that, somehow that definitely was originally said that we got another Xbox original game called Crash Twinsanity. Well, I actually did we actually figured that I actually picked up another copy of the game, and then it turns out that not only does it not work on the original Xbox console, but I think it only works on the Xbox 360, I think, if I remember rightly. But usually, technically, for any what have you, is that while me and Duffy actually sorted out the Xbox Live little sign-in account, even though we're not going to tell you guys for that, but basically what the if we actually access to the Xbox Live, I'm assuming that I believe that there wasn't actually the way I can actually play the original Xbox games on that console. Even then, we already got the Xbox original console for that particular point. But it turns out that Crash Twinsanity is actually only played on the Xbox 360. So yeah, it's a bit weird and inconvenient, but at least that's gotta be something about that, right? So yeah. Oh yeah, before we actually to continue a bit more on this, this level actually contains a secret star, the second star coin, which I recently grabbed. Basically, all you have to do, as you can tell for this footage, even though from the few seconds ago, is the fact that you probably have to wait at the, you probably stand and wait on the flying question mark block. It does remind me of, something related to the, I'm pretty sure it's level 3-2? Or no, not 3-2, but 3-4 even, that you wait for the, you wait on top of the question mark block, in this case, flying question mark block, and then once you wait for a few seconds, then you reach into the second star coin, or in this case, the third final star medal in Super Mario 3D Land. It does reminds me of that, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back here, because rather than just actually going into the flying question mark block, unlike the second star coin as you can tell already, but instead I'm actually gonna go head back into this little point here, where the section where I just somehow managed to make it to the flying question mark block. Then, even though when you actually collected the second star coin, you actually bypass the checkpoint. But that's how this is how where the third and final star coin is located. Yep, as you can see that right there. So yeah, so that was about it for level 7-1. So I'll be right back at the world map. Alright, I'm back again, and yeah, now let's move on to level 7-Ghost House. And once again, this level does contain 2 different exits, and I believe this is the last Ghost House level in this game, so even then, that's in World 8, I don't think we can actually go encounter the Ghost House levels on that particular upcoming world, so that's as far as I'm suggestions with this one, so yeah. Alright, so the first section of this level is by actually going through those doors. And then by actually going to these different doors, you can actually go ahead and access those different levels right there. Which, sure enough, it's true. So, yeah, let's go ahead and keep on ground pounding right there. Because, yes, that's what the second star coin is located in. Now, the door you have to go into is the bottom right corner. Because if you go there, then that's where we actually ended up in this little Master Hands type of these objects, where actually tells us that where the hidden block is actually located. But I actually did found it already. And this room does feels very similar to the ones in Super Mario World, where I'm pretty sure, I don't know what level it's actually from, but I think it's actually the Valley of Bowser Ghost House. that the room itself is actually very identical to one another. So yeah, as I said, this level contains a secret exit, and how do I know that? Well, if you saw that glowing block right there, as you can see, I actually hit it from that. Well, that's actually what the secret exit's found. Like, if you saw the beanstalk right there, then this is how you found it. So, hooray for that. But unfortunately, I didn't get myself the third and final star coin, but that will have to be in a normal exit if I remember rightly. And that will actually take you to the tower immediately. So I'll be right back, just a second. Alright, I'm back again, and this time, rather than going to the left, rather, we're actually going to the right. And you have to be really fast in this part, because if you somehow went too slow on that part, you probably won't get to get yourselves a third and final star coin. But you still get a chance to actually get yourselves a normal exit, to actually just deal up with that. So, yeah. Alright, so here it is. There's the regular goal right here. And, yeah, there's not much I can tell from that part. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and wait for the 3-digit numbers. Mainly so. Is because, I believe the next set of few levels, when we actually discover some secrets and whatnot, I believe that we actually go ahead and just trying to grab the mini mushroom occasionally to we actually just, get ourselves some more star coins throughout the future levels. So, but even then, I think I might actually save that for later. So for now, let's go ahead into level 7-2. So I believe we got ourselves a different gimmick on this level, is that we're actually going to go hop on to this platform right there. If depending on if which movement you actually go into onto that platform, the more of the movements they actually just to move. Like basically if I want Mario to actually just to go left or right, then basically it'll just let the platform move either left or right. So it's depending on if which direction they actually moving in. So pretty simple, self-explanatory for actually just to know about. And as you expect that if you actually fall off to this level, even though if you actually did miss the platform, you're probably going to end up in an instant death right there, because if you actually fall off of the stage immediately, because, well, if you fall off to the level, as I said, you're probably going to die, so you just have to watch out. And plus, not to mention, don't get off the platform immediately, so because of that, you don't want to actually waste your lives on this. And speaking of 1-ups though, I constantly well, knowing for the fact that we actually I always constantly get some 1-ups in these little flagpoles, even then I only got maxed out lives so far. So still. Now, when I used to play this on the original DS cartridge of the game, that World 7 was actually one of my least favorite levels of the game. It's not just a matter of the map layout is concerned, but also it's kind of little difficulty spike on that world. But the more I've played this when I was getting older, this world's not too bad, honestly. Even then, it's actually a little bit challenging than the other worlds throughout this game has to offer. So. And by the way, if you notice, if you actually hop onto this moving platform, if you somehow hit the ceiling, and that means the platform will start to dip down a little bit. And that's the second star coin, and you need to have ourselves a Koopa Shell in order to get that. So, just to keep that in mind up for that part. So, anyways. Oh yeah, another thing I'd like to point out. Oh, that coin just went through the question mark block. That's actually pretty weird. Oh, and yeah, the third and final star coin is just right onto these sets of paratroopers right there. So yeah, that's not much to discuss. And jump for joy for you know, hopping onto those paratroopers right here, and there we go. How was that? And that concludes that level. And, oh yes, I completely forgot about these star coin signs. I probably need to purchase them in order to save the game. So, yeah. So, we're essentially almost done with this game specifically, because, well, obviously, when we actually finished this playthrough, I believe I might actually start to go ahead and do a remake playthrough on Super Mario 64. And even then, that, although, potentially, that, well, on top of all that, we're also going to actually just move on to the new Super Mario Bros. Wii eventually at some point or another. Because obviously we're just about to be hit into these new Super Mario Bros. Games in a chronological order, so yeah, because of that, you know. Alright, on to level 7-3. Now, originally this level was supposed to be an underground level, but it turns out it was not, because in this level, here we have ourselves this gimmick. Here we have ourselves a giant wiggler. So yes, I really like this level actually. It's kind of a lot of fun in these little particular parts where, as you can see, the wiggler starts to occasionally bounce most of the time until you actually, just to clarify, to actually reach up to this higher specific platforms. And every time when you actually just jump onto these platforms in general, or if you jump in at the right time while the wiggler decides to bounce, then you can jump even higher enough. And I believe this level does not contain any checkpoints, because if you actually messed up in that level, then you probably expected to actually go back to all the way to the beginning of the level. Oh, bro, die. And by the way, if you come to this section right there we actually have ourselves a Starman. And what's cool about the Starman in this level specifically is that you can tell that there's actually coins following you, or in this case blue coins that are about to follow you. Which is kind of cool, I must say. Even then, that you can probably get a lot of lives in this level because of this little section right there, especially noticeable in some situations like when the game can get really challenging later on. That it really comes in handy with the Starman, along with following up the coins, which would be pretty cool. I'm not going back there because that's what the second star coin is located. Ouch. I don't have any superstar powers anymore, so that's kind of underwhelming, but oh well. Whoa, that was close. Now, for the third and final star coin, you have to use the Super Mario form, as you can see. Like, I usually have a Super Mario form right now. And ground pound here to actually activate the beanstalk, which can usually just aim it down. And there's the third and final star coin, but again, you probably need to use the beanstalk in order to get to it, so yeah, simple as that. Oh, come on. And another thing I'd like to talk about is that I actually got ourselves a new game, also from the Xbox 360, but on the digital download Xbox Live Arcade game, which was basically called Banjo-Kazooie. Now, you're probably thinking, well, obviously, we already got the N64 version, right? Well, it turns out that, I thought to myself I was going to get Banjo-Kazooie on the Xbox 360 is because, well, obviously the point is about the 360 version of Banjo-Kazooie is that, the only amazing thing about this version over the N64 version is that it runs at 1080p on the HD TV, which sounds pretty fantastic. And plus, I think not to mention, there's a lot of emphasis, like, I think there's some sort of like an easier route compared to the N64 route. But, speaking of that, I think, we might actually go ahead and do that playthrough sometime after finishing, like, some certain playthroughs at this stage. So, yeah, but we're not exactly sure when though, but we'll expect it to actually see that coming. Alright, so this is level 7-Tower, where basically everything in this level is filled with spikes. So, spikes are literally everywhere in this level. This reminds me of something related to Mega Man 4, where in Mega Man 4, that in some of these levels in that game actually has filled with spikes, with spikes placements, and even then, it's filled with spikes everywhere. And this is what the level starts to get a bit trickier, as far as to this point and onwards. So, that's why essentially they're trying to place the some spikes everywhere. So, you know. But I think we're almost done in this level for now, so let us see how that waits. And I believe the second star coin is actually just right over here. If you can tell from the top right corner of the screen for that timer. So yeah. So far I did not die on the ouch. There we go. Even then, thanks to that invincibility frames, even though unlike Sonic 1's spike hit detection, or in this case, the lack of the visibility frames, at least in the original Mega Drive version of Sonic 1, that it does not have any sort of invincibility frames, so even then, yeah. Alright then, so let's climb up here, and the final star coin is actually located here, but wait here, because if you go even faster enough to actually just to reach it, you probably won't able to get squished at this part. Oh, I almost get squished there. But yeah, you have to be very, very right on with your timing as far as when you're not going to get crushed in these little solid blocks. And here we are with the Bowser Jr. fight in World 7 Tower, even then it's very similar to last time in World 6 Tower 2, but this time with those shifting moving platforms, so even then it's pretty easier with the Fire Flower. Alright, so I think I might have enough time to actually do level 7-4 if I remember rightly. And it's a good thing too, because I'm about to show you what Hammer Bro can do. So, yeah, so let's get this started here. And I believe the majority of the another half of World 7, I believe this world actually contains a whole bunch of secret exits. I think it also same the likes of the World 2 as well. But yeah, as you can see, we killed the Hammer Bro at the start of the level, and if you do that, then that will give you a free item. So, in this meaning that I actually got a blue shell. I believe this level actually contains a secret exit, and what I mean secret exit is that unfortunately that I don't have the mini mushroom with me. But I believe that you have to acquire the mini mushroom in order to get this as a secret exit from, so yeah, it is required though, so no blue shell Mario from now on until this point and onwards. So, you know, that's how it goes, hey? So okay, so, in this level, this level is actually really fun because, I believe those mushrooms can actually bounce you up high with these pinky, on these guys, little pink mushrooms right there, which, again, can bounce you up high, which I thought was really fun and entertaining. And yeah, if you go there, along with the 3rd star coin, and that will actually lead you to the normal regular exits, so I'm not sure why the yellow pipe was there in the first place, but oh well, whatever. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why understandable, where, usually from the technical standpoint, where, just like World 2, that, oh yeah, I might actually do a sequel actually right now, from the level 7-4. So, yeah, that's what I can tell, that this world has heavily borrowed from, well, heavily too much emphasis on secret exit exploration. So, yeah. And as you can see right there, I actually got myself a mini mushroom from the get-go. So, thank you, Flying Question Mark Block, for actually helping me finding these. But even then, you're pretty handy for that little regard. So yeah, that's why you find a secret exit on this level, is by not going for the right, but going for the left instead. Hop onto the Flying Question Mark Block again, and then just go onto the mini pipe as you can see there. And that will actually lead us to the secret exit in level 7-4. So yeah, I think we're halfway done with this world, and it's quite literally quick too. So I think we have to end things off here. So yeah, next time, unless playing New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS, is by actually finishing World 7. And yeah, if you actually get a secret exit on that level, then it actually leads you to the castle itself. So, yeah, we're not gonna do that just yet. So see you guys next time. Later, fellas.